Welcome back. NFHell Week 20, which is the divisional round of the playoffs. We got a lot to talk about. Coaches, we got games, we got teams and players and all of those things that we do on NFL. Welcome back. I'm your host, Midwest Jet. James Marvs.
I'm wearing this because this is the most hilarious franchise in the NFL.
G-Man.
I think they really fucking suck.
Oh. And King Gobo, the Wicked.
Much obliged, peasants.
We are here, and you can see we're into the playoff season in the NFL. We like to start off the show with college football. We like to just run through a few things that have happened. Nick Saban, the GOAT, done.
Hanging it up.
Dude, Nick Saban hung it up.
Wow, what's he gonna do? Like, I feel like he's
73.
Fill his bathtub full of hundreds and bathe in money. He doesn't have to fucking do anything, man. He's the highest paid government employee in the United States, at least was.
He's already
He's a golfer.
Sorry, go ahead.
Saban was a golfer.
He was a golfer.
Okay.
He's already been replaced.
Yeah.
Kalen DeBoer from Washington jumped ship after 2 seasons, and I feel a certain way about it. I get it. You go and lose the national title game, and you lose all your talent to the NFL, but isn't that kind of what you signed up for? I know he's had an extension on his desk for months and not signed it, so this is not a surprise to me. It's the biggest job in college football.
Right.
Galore, money galore. I mean, the guy. Here's. I know you guys don't know a lot about Kalen DeBoer, but he's coached for 9 seasons. He's lost 11 games in 9 years.
I mean, he completely flipped that Washington franchise around. I mean, I know that Penix is kind of a generational talent there, but honestly, yeah. I mean, you kind of hit the nail on the head. Alabama is the job. That's like I said, Nick Saban. He cultivated that program. Players who show no interest in college football know about Alabama. It's the easiest place to recruit. It's the easiest place to sell tickets. It's the easiest place to get TV rights. It's a great job.
It's the highest paying job and the least expensive economy to live in. I mean,
when Nick Saban retired, the GDP of Alabama went down 45%.
You're gonna pay nothing to live there, and you're gonna have resources galore, and you're gonna be a king. Gobo.
Exactly. Yes.
So
I obviously get it.
And this is another thing. It speaks about college sports. There's not really loyalty. This transfer portal thing needs to get worked out. I do think they need a commissioner as opposed to a committee. And I know Pete Carroll was asked if he would like to be the commissioner. I thought that was a cool take. That would be kind of cool. But Washington already has a coach now, Jedd Fisch from Arizona, who's been there a couple of years and turned that program around in 2 years. And of course now, I mean, they're just, the next job, the highest job. I guess it's mirroring real life, but there's got to be some kind of decorum, something that goes. The NCAA is in trouble right now, as far as I'm concerned.
College sports, as we know it, are over. In the next 5 years, the players will have a union. They'll have salaries. They'll have endorsements in all 50 states. They will be able to move between schools at their whim for paid contracts. And that's what it should be.
This is all sports. Every single sport, like a swimmer, a tennis player. I mean, I get it for the major sports, but is Iowa State gonna we have a golfer that place this year? Are we gonna pay her?
That's another thing. You got a couple teams joining the Big Ten from the Pac-12, but what about their basketball teams? What about their baseball teams?
It's all based on market share, man.
Where are they going?
Yeah, the players in the WNBA have contracts, and they make fucking $15,000 a year. So it's all based on market share. So I think all the athletes will have contracts. They'll just be less than what the football players and basketball players make.
They'll just have basically a staggering. If you play this sport, you get it's kind of like a scholarship, I guess. You get a full ride, you get a blah blah blah. Right?
Basic economics, man. But that's the thing, is that a full ride scholarship to any university is not representative of what these players are worth.
These guys are going to be like, oh, freshman year, I went to like a lower school and I just lit it up. Then I move up to this next level, then I light it up again. Then I'm going big time. Yeah. And just, how much they're going to pay for some of these guys, like kind of are late bloomers their first or second year instead of straight out of school too.
Yep. Anyway.
Yep. Yep. Yeah. Just, keep our eyes on all this college football stuff.
I will say this before we move off to college football. The video game, the college football video games, I miss those, man. I miss those.
Isn't it coming back?
They've been talking about bringing it back for literally 10 years, bro. The last commercially produced NCAA video game was NCAA Football 2014 on the 360 and the PS3. I have both versions.
Right, and a lot of and basically that's what I'm saying. I feel like, knock on wood, maybe somebody out there who watches can Google it or weekend at some point, but I swear they are in it. Maybe it's next year. I don't know. I can't.
10-year
next year, man.
10-year plan.
Yeah, I love college football video games. Love them.
Two other college news notes, quick. Marvin Harrison Jr. We talked about him last week. Son of the old ton one, going pro, Ohio State guy. So hopefully he falls in number 10 in the draft.
Shit. Not getting past 6 for sure.
That's not going to happen, bro.
And then Caleb, guys, it was a joke. Caleb Williams. James sent us. We kind of were reading this thing about him saying he's not going to play for the Bears. They drafted him.
I saw that too.
Saying, well, maybe he is. So,
is
he going to pull the Eli Manning? John Elway?
Look, respect to the company that we have at hand. That was one of the most fucking annoying things I've ever seen in a draft. God bless the guy. I love him now, but that shit sucked ass when you were watching the draft. That's just shitty. Somebody's gonna make you a millionaire.
Not for me.
I was like, it worked out for the Giant. Well, it worked out for Eli too.
I mean, nobody thinks about it anymore. I mean, but let's be honest. Like,
it was kind of a bitch move, if we're being honest. Like, fucking, you should have played for the Chargers and wasted your career like everybody.
Yeah, I mean, guys, you gotta think of everyone as a businessman, and the market, like Dames likes to talk about all the time, is obviously just a huge percentage boost on top of your salary. So, you can get those endorsements, those after your career opportunities, and all those things that Eli has done and taken advantage of. And it's a business decision. So, bitch move, whatever you want to call it.
He's a Manning too. To me, it's different.
I mean, at the end of the day, it doesn't matter if it's the right or wrong choice. Like, he won 2 Super Bowls with the Giants. He wouldn't have won those Super Bowls with the Chargers. So,
well, Andy. Go ahead. And he told the Chargers, and he told them ahead of time, don't draft me or I'm requesting out of there. So, I mean, they knew it, and they knew they could get draft picks out of it. So, it worked out how it had to.
I don't even think it was him, you guys. I think it was Dad.
Archie.
Because he just doesn't strike me as that dude now. He's too chill and cool of a guy to like. I mean, either that or he was just an immature punk kid.
Oh yeah, he's like 20 years old.
It's pretty easy to be chill after having the career that Eli had.
Your dad was a pro football player. His brother's a Hall of
business decision. It was a business decision.
Yeah, you weren't a fucking businessman when you were 20 years old. Shut up.
Well, you get advice from your dad, so duh.
Exactly.
Like, why wouldn't he?
Exactly.
But why wouldn't he?
I don't know. Arch Manning has taken a lot of shots to the
Anyway, speaking about being a bitch, I wore the jersey tonight. Aaron Rodgers is getting kicked off of shows because he's talking smack about people. Like, come on, man. Just come on, man.
What's going on with this guy?
He
has a deal on the Pat McAfee show. The show up, is it every week or every day?
Every Wednesday or something.
Okay. Well, they nixed that. He's done with that because he mentioned that
our good friend Jimmy Kimmel
might be on the Epstein.
Yeah, he said he is. No, he was trying to say he was, like, because we all know. Yeah, Rogers is like, let me pull up the list on my phone. What, do you have the list there, Rogers? Like, come on, man. Lay off the conspiracies. Stop doing so much ayahuasca. It's like, come back down.
This is where this is like, and I hate to say I told you so, but this is the fucking narrative I've been peddling for the whole time I've been on this fucking show. Aaron Rodgers is batshit crazy. Like, he's a cancer to any organization that he's part of. Like, his ego has gotten to the point where he's completely uncontrollable. He's like the Kanye West of professional sports.
Hey, do you think it's CTE for him? Like all these guys go weird, like Antonio Brown shit. Maybe
it's possible. He
think
took
it's
a
possible.
lot of hits in Green Bay. I
He's
saw him
Gandhi.
take a lot of sacks.
He's Gandhi.
No, he's
Sorry,
not.
Jails.
He's one
Sorry,
more
Jails.
Super Bowl championship season left. He can be in all year, but
doesn't like the I swear to God, if you keep him, if you start him next year, the Jets will be worse than they were this year.
I agree.
I don't know how it's possible. You guys might get the first pick overall if you start Aaron Rodgers.
I honestly, this is just honesty. This is just honesty. If they're gonna go with Aaron Rodgers, please have a backup plan because.
Oh yeah, you think we don't this year, but
because they'll make that mistake again. Yeah,
except our defense. Our defense will be here for a couple more years. Might as well just have this.
You still got Sauce. You still got that other guy. Yeah.
I mean, maybe Belichick should just come say, "Hey, I want to coach the Jets this year."
No fucking.
Could you imagine?
No
Could you imagine?
Would
they just fire Salah quick and hire him in. I mean, that's what Woody Johnson would do. That only the Jets. He would do that.
How would every Patriots fan feel seeing that? It's like how I felt when I watched Brett Favre wear fucking purple and gold.
Right.
Yeah, you were sick to your stomach every week. So I guess we can kind of segue to this. Also, coaching news, really quick. If you haven't heard, if you haven't, whatever. Like we said, Belichick out. They parted ways mutually. Too bad, so sad. Bye-bye. Vrabel out. Arthur Smith is out. Yes, James.
Let's talk about Belichick real quick because that was a quick turnaround, you guys. First of all, they waited for forever.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know if they were trying to solidify contacting everybody on the coaching staff to let them know that they were going to need to look for elsewhere, but they replaced them with Jared Mayo like that. It was like fired 6 hours later, boom.
Yeah, you'd think that Robert Kraft is part of the reason the Patriots were so dominant in the 2000s too, because he put people in place who could win and he got rid of people who didn't. This is the guy when they brought in Bill Belichick, they fired Bill Parcells before that. Fired him after he took them to the Super Bowl.
Well,
and it ended up being a brilliant decision. Like the Patriots front office knows what they're doing.
Well, they fired Pete Carroll to bring in Belichick. So, woo!
Well, technically they made the right decision.
Yeah.
You don't really know that though.
And then he actually did already interview in Atlanta once. I already saw. And then we were talking.
Belichick, they want redemption for the 28-3 game. They're like, oh, you took our Super Bowl, our only Super Bowl, and we're taking your fucking coach, and we're gonna ruin him.
Yeah, now we're gonna ruin. He's gonna win.
Yeah, we're gonna ruin his legacy.
3 years.
We're gonna have him pick up a DUI while he's here.
The dirty birds.
Speaking of DUIs, Dallas, what's going down? McCarthy going to get fired?
Out of there.
He's staying.
Okay, I kind of talked about this briefly when I talked about the game last week. But like, you got beat in your building by the quarterback that you drafted when you were with someone else in a season where you were must win at least the wild card round. You'd won 15 games at home. A 7 seed
in a row.
Dude, it wasn't just like a 1-point loss. This was domination from the
open. We were up by 32 points with 7 minutes left. Yeah.
Jerry Jones, did you see his little?
Well, let's think about this. Dan Quinn is in line for a job in Seattle. He's the number 1 discussed job or candidate for the job in Seattle. I don't want that guy after what I saw.
I don't know why Seattle's interviewing one of the just coordinators from teams that have bad versions of that. Like they're interviewing Kafka for offensive coordinator, and our offense has been 28th and 29th in the league the last 2 years. Why would you do that? Why haven't we fired him? I don't know, but why would you be wanting him as a head coach? It's just crazy.
I mean, let's talk about Dallas. Let's have this conversation that it's like, okay, so Dak Prescott has a career season. And how do you throw more touchdowns in the NFL than any other quarterback, and you're maybe considered the 8th or 9th best quarterback in the league? How does that make sense logistically? Because it's like, would you rather have him over Mahomes or Allen or any of the elite guys? No, you fucking wouldn't. Not in a second. That's how fucking pathetic Dallas is. Like, how inconsistent they are, how allergic to winning that franchise is. Like, Dak Prescott is a cursed player. He will never win in the postseason.
Especially in Dallas. Like,
right,
for sure.
Especially in Dallas. And then, like,
it's all the
like
Ezekiel Elliott was the same way. You know,
pressure,
huge, big talent during the regular season, goes to the postseason, and he's a complete liability.
Yep.
What did Dak threw fucking 4 interceptions against the Packers?
As you remember, I picked this. I said this is typically what Dallas fucking does. If it isn't this game, it's the next one. They come in the playoffs again. They have never even made a championship game in the last 13 times they've been in the playoffs. They lose in the first round of the second, and that's what they do. And yeah, who wants to play quarterback there? Fuck, you're cursed.
I was on that train as well. I just kind of felt like it was a bigger game than what they were prepared for some reason. And both of us were going up against a 15-game home win streak. Right. So it was really kind of ballsy to pick that. Anyway, you're right. But here's the thing. Let's say they decide to Jerry Jones is crying, by the way, at the end of this game.
Yeah, the worst loss he's ever seen.
And he's like, I realize nobody's got the world's smallest violin for me. I get that, which is cool that he recognizes that he's just a sad billionaire. But the point is, when Jim Harbaugh's out there, he comes in, that automatically becomes unacceptable behavior to lose in this round. And I feel like he's maybe the only guy that could get that program swung around. But maybe Jerry Jones is also thinking Belichick might be able to do it. So those guys, if he goes there, ESPN
that would be quite the matchup.
Their headquarters to Texas.
Yeah.
Let's I just want to remind everybody, Mike McCarthy has not been fired yet.
He has not.
We all think it's coming. It's logically, statistically coming. Has not happened yet.
I mean, Jason Garrett, we thought this every year for like 12 straight years.
That fucking guy. Oh, if there was ever a coach worse than Mike McCarthy, and that's really saying something.
But how do you not? How is he not fired yet? I just don't understand how everyone else knows he should be fired, and that is unacceptable unless you are trading Dak and starting over with someone else. But then why wouldn't you just bring in a new coach?
Any football fan knows that he should get fired.
I don't believe that, because here's the thing. Every one of us on this show were like, Vrabel's fired. But that was a huge surprise to the football nation when he got fired. Like all the pundits were like, we did not see that coming. And they're like, that was the big shocker until Pete Carroll got let go. And I'm like, what? We've been saying it for weeks.
It's the same with Belichick, though. Like, we were talking about that when they lost their first 2 home games and how bad they were last year. And that's probably why the Mayo switch was so easy, because they had all fucking season. They're like, all right, we're not going to fire the GOAT mid-season. We're making our plan all fucking season long. Mayo, blah, blah, blah. Transition.
I mean, and that's true. The Patriots not only were terrible, but they were like obviously terrible. They didn't show glimpses of they're going to figure it out this year. They were never a contender.
Right. Mac Jones wasn't the problem.
I mean, it's easy for us to say, we saw it all season long and we're like, they're not going to fire him mid-season, but they did still wait until Wednesday. Why?
I mean, you're okay. If you think about the logistics of it, you're firing the most successful coach in the history of pro sports.
Guys, he probably had a lot of stuff in his office, so he just needed some time to get out of there, man.
He's just old. Doesn't matter. Look at him.
Monday, Tuesday.
He's just too old.
He's just too old.
Speaking
Speaking
of
of being old and retiring, we're saving this coach for the last. Before we start getting into last week's games, James, we'll let you take the floor on this. Legendary coach in Seattle. He didn't really. He took a different job, or what's going down up there?
No, that's bullshit, dude. They still don't like. John Schneider had a press conference today, and they asked him what his advisory role. They're like, we still don't really know. It's just a nice thing to keep him attached to the organization, so that the people that are really pissed off about this don't, they don't have the stones to throw because he's still part of the organization. But he's not. He's not. And the thing that I will say, this is a huge mistake, by the way. The 33 years prior to Pete Carroll coming to Seattle, 10 playoff appearances. He got us to 10 and 14. So that says it all, dude. I mean, it's stupid.
I got a question for you, James. Do you think Pete Carroll has access to in the facility? Like, he's like, all right, I'm retiring. I'm not going to have any pull on anything, but I can just still just walk around the facility, see the guys and shit? Or you think he is not even in the facility access?
I think ultimately he will have access to the facility, but he's been hanging out at University of Washington.
Okay.
And I think it's just because it's too soon. Like, it still hurts.
Yeah. It seems almost like they're just gonna let him kind of dwindle away at the end of his, actual life instead of his just football life, and just be like, oh, that's old Pete. He just hangs around. He's like driving a golf cart. He's like 94 years old. Like that's his future in Seattle. He's not gonna get to the.
He had 1 year left on his contract. First of all, let me explain to you guys the situation. Paul Allen died. All right. In his will, everything was to be sold at auction and the proceeds donated to charity. His sister, Jody Allen, was supposed to be the watcher of these deeds. She still currently owns the Trailblazers, and look what she's done to that team. They're the last in the league. Now,
no, I think the Pistons are worse.
Here's the thing. You're right. It is the Pistons.
The Pistons are so bad.
Okay, so she has no timeline in which to get rid of this team. So right now, she's just playing the owner. She's making all the profits from the team, and she's making football decisions when she has no football knowledge. And I think she just read too many posts that were like, Pete's done. We need, and like, you guys know as well as anybody, don't fucking listen to the fan base. I've been railing on the Seahawks fan base all season long about their stupid ass comments. So if that's what she's reading and seeing that there needs to be a change, I mean, I don't get it. I understand that it was a disappointing season, but really, he had 1 year left on his contract, dude. Let him walk away on his own terms. This is one guy that absolutely deserved that opportunity.
The Belichick treatment in Seattle. I mean,
yeah, it was cold.
I mean, but we're not even foreign.
It's a cold business, man. It's a fucking
you're not even.
They're not there to make friends, man. Like,
okay,
it's tired of being mediocre,
bro. I'm the one that's the fan here, and we were better than mediocre. All right, we had we overproduced last season. We underproduced this season. I mean, it's the NFL, dude. There's going to be ups and downs. We know this. It's really hard to be like a 14-win team for 20 straight years. This guy's 14 years in, 1 year left on his contract. What do you do? Like, who's going to replace him? If it's not Jim Harbaugh, I'm at a loss. I
think this is kind of the example of him pinning his last couple of years on Geno and that whole strategy, like you said, of never investing in a quarterback, and it fucked him. He was okay. He got worse, it seemed, as the season wore on. And
he got better. He got better this season as the season went on.
Geno with Locke coming in for him?
Absolutely. Dude, he played because he was injured. That wasn't like a replacement for anything.
But yeah, Geno might not be the problem in Seattle, but he's not the solution either. That's
well,
our
defense was record terrible. Now here's my problem. You want to bring in Dan Quinn? He was a Pete Carroll guy. What are you doing? What's the what are you changing? Like nothing. If you're
With you
gonna
on
if you're gonna get rid of Pete Carroll, you can't bring in a Pete Carroll guy. That makes no sense
You might
whatsoever.
as well just
Maybe it
kept
was a
Pete
cultural
Carroll.
thing. I mean, there had to be a reason they let him go.
Right.
Look,
Yeah.
if you want my honest opinion, in his press conference, you have to listen to the words that he says. He says he went in there and he fought for his guys, and he goes, "I want my guys to know that I represented us as well as I could, and I didn't want to step down, but we just didn't. At the end of the day, we couldn't." To me, that says he didn't want to let go of his coordinators, and his coordinators were the problem, and that ultimately could be why he's not there now.
I mean, it's possible.
Or his players. Maybe he's tied to, like I said, maybe him and Gino, or maybe him and whatever. They, he's like, you're my ride or die guy, and he's sticking by it. He's like, you know what? I see it. Give it a few years.
So here's my take on that. Okay. You had Russell Wilson. The guy that's the GM that made that trade is still the GM of the team. So he signed off on the Geno thing as well, and he's stuck with it for 2 seasons, right? So what the fuck? Did you guys see that?
Yeah.
Yeah, the balloons. I was like,
Happy birthday.
All right, whatever. So
yeah,
no,
I didn't know this is
but
cause
that's
for
the thing.
celebration.
He's signed off on it. So he's as bit as
Well,
responsible for the lack of
that mean-
quarterbacks.
Does that mean Gino's gone?
It could be.
Yeah.
It depends on
Fuck
who
yeah.
they hire. Yeah, I
Fuck
mean,
Think about it.
yeah.
Think about a coach coming in. He's going
He's
to want
gone.
his guy.
Yep.
That's what I mean.
If
So I think
if Seattle hires like a first year guy, like a brand new guy, they might keep Gino.
If they draft a young quarterback in the 2nd or 3rd round, I believe Gino will be back to mentor that guy for at least a year. But all Gino's guaranteed money was paid, so he can be gone.
I think he's gone. Anyway, let's move on.
I'd
Speaking
say
of being
Yeah, let's
gone,
move on. Sad day.
sad day
I
in
think it's a
Philly.
mistake.
Sad day in Philly, James, as well. Yeah, they got destroyed, but we're not talking about that. We're talking about their center who retired. Travis Kelsey's brother.
There's a documentary about him.
Yeah.
Prime, Amazon
playing him twice a year for however long it's been now. What they say,
15 year.
15 years. Invented the brotherly shove.
I was gonna say there's a
They
reason
want
the brotherly shove was so successful.
But you guys, my prediction is whenever the Chiefs either win the Super Bowl or lose, Travis Kelsey will also be retiring, and they will be going out together, so they can go in the Hall of Fame together, and Kelsey can go T-Swift it happily ever after, and they will both be retired by the end of this season.
And they'll have their podcast to document all of his fun, wedding rehearsal, picking out their kids.
That's a bold prediction. I mean,
I see it though too.
Travis is in significantly better shape because he's not a lineman, and so he doesn't get beat up nearly as bad.
But his
Plus,
decline this year,
younger.
This decline this year was bad, and he's about 33 or 4, which the cliff of tight end is way before that. So he's already exceeded it. He's done everything he can. Super Bowl, blah blah. Like, what else does he have to play for? Especially the way he was declining this year. So,
oh my God, the poor Chiefs! If they lose him, what do they got left?
yeah, Rashi Rice.
All right, that brings us to recap of Wild Card Weekend. Starting right now, we started off in Houston. Gobo took Joe Flacco and his hot streak going into Houston. The rest of us took Houston. And the rookie coach and the rookie quarterback, not since Mark Sanchez and Rex Ryan. Bam, they look good.
There's 2 teams that are scary right now.
They look good
in this playoff scenario, and one of them is Houston, and the other one is the Packers. Those 2 teams.
Lions, Bills.
That's why they call it wild card, you guys. Because they're
Lions,
truly the
Bills.
wild
card, bitches.
Yep. I thought it was almost like Cleveland. It's like the whole time they've been kind of riding this thing. Their defense is really good, but they get to the playoffs and you're just like, there's no fucking way they keep doing this, right? I mean, yeah, we had the whole Flacco, blah blah, but that was Ravens Flacco.
I was excited for this game because it's like the Texans have made a ton of really marked improvements. They're better coached. They're better on offense. They're better on defense. Like they're just a completely renewed team. And that CJ Stroud is a superstar. Like he is such a good quarterback. And I thought I was like, this is going to be a great game because you got Myles Garrett and that punishing Cleveland defense against this young upstart kid, and one of them's going to rise to the occasion, and it's going to be a lot of fun to watch. So I was wrong. I picked Cleveland, but you know what? I loved watching this game all the same.
Yeah,
I enjoyed it as well. The back-to-back pick sixes, I mean, we were all just I mean, I'm sure we were all laughing.
yeah,
Just going, oh my God.
right.
Yeah.
Also,
I mean, this is definitely the end for Flacco, right?
yeah, I mean, my comments on before the game were, you know, Stroud doesn't throw interceptions. He's really good with the ball, and Flacco does. And it turns out that was the narrative. I mean, what did CJ have? 4 touchdowns, and Flacco had 2, 3 interceptions.
Yep, 2 taking it.
Should have had more.
Yeah.
And the bigger the game, the bigger CJ Stroud plays. So this is going to be, you're right. That's going to be an exciting game this weekend. And him to Nico Collins, that connection is growing. They did lose Noah Brown, receiver, I believe, for the rest of the playoffs, which could hurt a little bit. But Texans are rolling, and they're cocky and young and dangerous and have no pressure compared to what the Ravens, with their history of losing with Lamar in the playoffs. So it's going to be good.
And didn't they play each other week 1? And like we all thought the Ravens were going to just cruise, and it was like a fight. It was a fight. It went to like overtime.
Yeah, we'll get there.
Yeah. We move on to the coldest game ever. I was getting messages. I have a buddy that's a Dolphins fan. I have a buddy that's free tickets, dude. I had free tickets. I could have went to this game, 8th row, blah blah. And then I had some discussions with people. Hell no. I have a few friends that went. They were just, I was like, how? Showing me a picture of their beer that's just frozen. It's just like, you literally get it and it just freezes. Water was frozen in the concession stand. Like, they open up the thing, they're just frozen. Completely. Like, why would you be getting cold beverages in my opinion anyway when it's negative 500? End of the game, the Chiefs, though, I mean, everyone, I feel like this was an easy pick just because the Dolphins, out of water, man. Out of water. You're 30 below. Tua, please.
Frozen water.
Bro, yeah,
I having been
like,
at the Minneapolis Seattle game that was -6 at kickoff, felt like -17. Motherfuckers, if it feels like -17, it's -17. And that was the worst day of my life until the missed kick. Actually, I'm on record as saying if he would have made that kick, I would have died in the stadium. Him missing that kick is the only thing that gave me adrenaline enough to walk back to the car. But so I mean, Kansas City fans, God bless you. You were loud, proud. You were there. So you were not there at the end, obviously. If you watch the overhead shots.
Yeah.
Once the game's locked down, it's just like it's not fun anymore. I mean, it's nice to win, but like shit.
So the game, Kelsey and his drops. What the hell?
When the game is so cold that your fucking helmet can explode, like, bro, like
that's pretty bad.
Wow. Like,
has anybody seen a helmet explode like that?
No, maybe they should have. Maybe they should have
happened.
Maybe they should have pushed that one back a couple days. Wow.
I mean, the modern helmets are that like polyfiber shit that like reduces hits and stuff. Right. I mean, it's still a very violent game, but yeah, I heard that like one of them helmets is like $1,000. Like a $1,000 helmet just exploded on its head.
When they're probably tested down to 0, and they're like, oh wait, people play below that.
Right. But yeah, the Dolphins on the road in the cold, they could have been playing like a high school team and probably would have.
Yeah.
They just didn't do anything on 3rd down, you guys. It was bad.
Do anything. Oh,
dude, Tua sucks. Honestly,
Tua's out. He's out. That's my prediction for next year. No more Tua.
Yeah, he's going to go to Marcus Mariota. He's going to be a backup in Philly.
No, they already came out and said they want to extend Tua. They just came out and said they want to extend Tua.
He'll be there.
Well, yeah, that's why they're not going to win any Super Bowls.
Yep.
Oh, right.
Yeah. Well, thank you. I'm glad. All right. Okay, moving on. Gobo, we'll let you take this one. Down to the Big D.
Oh, outstanding. Like, so Of course, I picked Dallas because I'm on this fucking kick where if I pick the other team, the Packers win. But I had no idea. Like, I was shocked watching this game when Darnell Savage got that pick six on Dak and we went up 28-0 before halftime. I'm like, I cannot fucking believe the Cowboys fell apart like this. Like, they were favored in every single pundit picked the Cowboys. Every single one of them. Okay, the ones who get paid.
Yeah,
Not me.
And every one of them picked Dallas. Dallas was better on offense, defense, special teams, more statistical production. They have a lot of big names, big contracts. Dallas has 9 all-pro players this year. Green Bay, 0. No all-pros. Nobody going to the Pro Bowl. And we go in there and hang up 48 fucking points. It is the greatest day of my life. I hate the Cowboys. The Packers are playing on borrowed time, man. I don't care if we lose by 100 points to San Francisco next week. This was like a great season. And couple of things. First ever 7th seed to win an NFL football game. First ever because since they extended the playoffs, none of the 7 seeds have won. This is the first ever rookie, or the first ever playoff debut for a quarterback where he had a perfect passer rating.
Until the last play of the game.
No, he still had a perfect passer. He didn't throw an interception.
No, he had an incomplete pass that took him down to 57.8.
Two or
yeah, something like that. So it was not perfect, but
whatever.
They should have left.
Yeah, anyway, whatever.
It was dumb.
Why were they?
I'd rather win the game. So yeah, it's fine. And then on top of that, my favorite stat of all, since the opening of AT&T Stadium down in Arlington, the Cowboys have won 2 postseason games.
Jerry's World.
The Packers have won three games in that stadium. So yes, the Packers. Hey, you know what? We own Chicago. We might have a stake in Arlington as well. So fuck the Cowboys. Packers are moving on. Unbelievable.
Wow. Cracker, let us know what you think below. I mean, I know you're man, it's just crazy. Jazz saying it's kind of happened to the Cowboys. We're like, is it really? Can they really do this again? And it's almost like now it's like, I feel like it is what happens. It isn't like, well, it's what happens now. Dallas makes the playoffs. They win 12 games. Like McCarthy won 12 games 3 straight years and you get bounced every year. Like, oh my God. I'm like, what's worse? I mean, I feel like as an NFL fan, we're all in NFL. Would we rather not even make the playoffs? I feel like, I don't know. You're going 12 win. I mean, that's a pretty fun season.
But after so many in a row, you're just like, okay, this is what we do. And like you said, Gobo's like, oh, they're better at this. Everybody's picking them. Then it gets to that point where it's just, that's part of human nature. And because they're the Dallas Cowboys and they won in the 90s, for some reason, that pressure just seems to build more and more as they get, into the playoffs. And for some reason, I don't know if the play calling, Dak was just that bad. Like it just was like, how are you so far out of sync? Like, you don't even look like a football team that played a game all fucking year. Like, you don't even look like you guys played football together.
You're yelling at each other on the sideline.
Some credit, a lot of credit to the Packers, but it was just like, yeah, this is what they do, and they're already yelling in the first quarter at each other, and it's whatever, man. It's just weird.
Him and CeeDee Lamb did revert to like the first 3-4 games of the year where they just weren't in sync and on the same page, and
in the last 7 weeks, CeeDee Lamb was unstoppable.
Yeah.
Right.
Oh yeah. I mean,
like unstoppable, and then you got Jair, who was like injured half the time. You have no corners, and then he comes in, and literally they have like,
Jair Alexander. This was his 5th game this season. He's been injured all but 4 games prior to this.
Is he going to be playing?
Listen to this. All right, 1992. Favre played 15 games, completed 64.1% of his passes, 3,227 yards, 18 touchdowns, 13 interceptions. Aaron Rodgers, first season, 2008, 16 games, 63.6%, 4,038 yards, 28 touchdowns, 13 interceptions. Jordan Love, motherfucker, comes in 2023 first season, 64.2% completion percentage in 17 games, 4,159 yards, 32 touches, and only 11 interceptions. That's 2 Hall of Famers that had better teams at the time that they took over. And this guy has outplayed both of them. I know that earlier on this season, we were talking that Jordan Love couldn't complete a pass beyond 10 yards.
Which he couldn't.
I don't know what happened to this kid.
We all watched it, man. We all fucking watched it.
He's electric. He's my favorite player.
I do want to give some credit out to LaFleur. I feel like the game plan and the calling in this game was really good. And again, Love literally looked like throwing off 1 foot backwards, chucking it, waiting until the last second. You're like, what the money? Like the whole game. Like the whole game.
One thing I can think of, guys, is the amount of pressure that's on the Cowboys to win a playoff game is immense. The Packers went in there. I mean, I hate using the term house money, but honestly, what do they have to lose from that? They get playoff experience for the youngest team in the NFL. If they lose, they're supposed to lose. No pressure. So of course they can go out and just ball out without any pressure, but these other guys have so much pressure. Any one thing goes wrong and they're like, fuck.
At what point do other franchises start copying the Packers? I think I briefly touched on this last week. It's like, guys, you have an investment, a human kid getting drafted in the NFL, they're not mentally ready to handle all that shit. Yeah, you can throw them in the fire and it works for some of them, but 9 out of 10 times, if you give them the time to completely understand the offense in and out, where when they first step on the field, they're not thinking like a rookie is. They have everything down. They've had no pressure, and they've been able to watch a great player in front of them. Now it's worked. This is the 3rd quarterback in a row. I'd love to try that. Draft a guy and let him learn for 3 years behind someone else, and then boom, here's the keys, bro. Like, you're ready. So
think about this scenario. What if Trevor Lawrence doesn't get picked up by Jacksonville? What if he gets drafted by Tampa and has to sit behind Tom Brady for 2 years? He'd be in the Hall of Fame.
Yeah, I don't think it hurts him at all. I mean, it hurts statistics, but
right. And I feel like now there's so much data out there playing younger guys and how shitty it is. Like, I feel like they should be able to look at it. Doesn't matter where they're playing. Like, look at all the quarterbacks. Like, what are the odds of I don't know, man. I feel like it's pretty low. Anyway.
Well, remember, Mahomes was drafted in 17 and didn't play until 18.
Hmm?
So even he's
behind Alex Smith.
I mean,
then he had 50 touchdowns.
Then he had 50 fucking touchdowns.
Literally.
We all can't get that lucky. Rams at Detroit. One of the greatest, I would say, atmospheres. I don't know. You guys tune in. They show the aerial view coming in. It's just blue and just fucking amazing. It's like the whole thing. If you put yourself in like, hey, I'm a Lions fan right now, or if you were like electric. Stafford coming back. It was just amazing. And then they got off to an amazing start. James.
You guys, I don't know if you noticed this or not, but there's college football and there's NFL. College football is mic'd up so that you can hear like the pep band and the crowd and all this stuff. The NFL games are a little bit tighter on the color and announcer guys so that you can really focus on that. This felt and sounded like a fucking college game, dude. Those fans in that building were insane. And I remember when Seattle hadn't won a playoff game in 21 years, and Matt Hasselbeck dove in the end zone against the Redskins to win the game, and we had our first playoff. That building was electric. But this, after 30 years?
33 since they won a
33 years. And to do it with your old quarterback that couldn't get you there playing against you. What a story. That building was, you're right, man. That was one of the coolest football experiences in surround sound that I've ever heard.
And Eminem, I don't know if you saw him. He was wearing his Detroit, and he was all like, come on, Matthew, just, give us one. We love you so much. You've been our boy. Just give us one. And he did. The thing is, the Stafford tried not to give it to him, man. He played ball. Dude, I thought this was a really good game.
Stafford's a
Back and
baller,
forth,
man.
fucking
He always
Stafford,
was.
yeah. Man.
Guys, I was a Lions fan this game, and if you notice some of the fans crying at the end, that is how important this was to this city. Not winning for decades and everything that's been going on the last few years. This is my team. They helped me win my fantasy championship, so I'm riding these guys all the way. Love it. And Dan Campbell, he may not be what you think you want him to be, but he gets these fuckers ready. So we'll see if he can keep it up next week at home, because they played their fucking starters, which most of you guys thought was a bad idea, I might add. And I talked about how the Giants did it, and it propelled them to a Super Bowl win. So now that gives me even more hope that this Lions team is going to use that to propel. Laporta's fine. He balled out, and they got a stud tight end. They got a stud receiver. They got 2 stud running backs. They got a pretty damn good quarterback, and they can run the ball. So, Lions looking good. Another home game because Dallas buckled.
Yep. And I would say the one thing I would say for Detroit maybe is their defense is pretty good, but I would say that would be what going forward is like their defense probably needs to, what do I know? Play a little better. Anyone else got that, or we want to move on to Pittsburgh Buffalo? Mike Tomlin, not his last game. He says he's coming back. They tried to hang around as much as they could. They just, they didn't have enough. And we kind of knew in Buffalo, one of those teams, they're just riding high, man. They're kind of like the Lions in the AFC.
Let's mention also that this game was supposed to be played on Sunday.
Got moved to Monday. Yep.
And 60-mile-an-hour winds minus.
Did you see the
it was like 4 feet of snow. It was just it's bad.
I saw that people paid $1,000 for their ticket and then couldn't find the fucking seat that they bought. So they
they did
they just sat on a pile of snow.
Yeah.
I also love that there was snow in there, so when they scored, all you see was fucking
that's like old school.
I saw that they were like, they had because the Bills offered $20 an hour plus a free ticket to the game to anybody who showed up, and like 5,000 people showed up to get the snow out, and they couldn't get it out. There's that much fucking snow in the stadium, and then they just said general admission, just sit wherever you can.
Yeah, they were like saying, I saw some guy who said, yeah, they did this whole section. They get to the end, they just look back, and it's basically full of like pretty much where it was. Pretty much. So they just had to redo it. It just kept coming down. Like, I mean, you ain't gonna get me out there shoveling no fucking snow for a guy. I guess. For a
playoff game though.
That's true. That's true.
Depends on your situation and how old you are. I would have done it every fucking year for
I know. It's like, first of all, the Jets.
That was 20, definitely.
The Jets were in the playoffs, and you had a chance for a free ticket.
Yeah, that's true.
And you lived there. Don't fucking kid me for 1 second.
That's true. You're right. I'd be there with 2 shovels, dude.
Yeah, you'd
be there with. You'd just be the social guy.
You'd fuck yourself up to go to the game. I would too.
Yeah. All right. Anyway, so that's cool. Buffalo moves on. Not a huge.
It was like Pittsburgh house money.
I think we need to add a little more here. Josh Allen, 4 touchdowns, no interceptions, and that's what the Bills need for them to win. Using both tight ends. And like we talked about a little bit, Steelers just fucking turned it over too many times, and they got within a touchdown late or midway through the 4th, but the Bills put the nail in the coffin. So Bills are hot, and they get the Chiefs. Or they get a home game too, so it'll be interesting.
Dude, how about Josh Allen's 52-yard run?
That
was
no. Who thought he had it in him?
That was insane.
Like Andy Reid getting to the buffet. Big man's moving.
Oh, fuck.
Oh, man. Anyway, last game of the first playoff weekend. Dame's pointing at him now. The Philadelphia Eagles went into Tampa Bay, where Todd Bowles and Baker Mayfield destroyed the Eagles. Destroyed them.
Dude.
Could have been, might have just made Soriano. Bye-bye. Fired.
Dude, the guy's a punk. I saw video footage of him like when they beat the Chiefs. like screaming at the fans, like, "What now, bitch? What now?" I'm like, this is not a professional human being.
Yep.
And I don't like him. I called it all year. This is a fail organization. All year long, you guys were like, they're good, they're good. I'm like, they're not that good. And every week for the first 10 weeks, they would win. And then when they lost to the Jets, I was like, I'm telling you guys, shit's falling apart.
Hey, we beat who's the only team that beat the Eagles? I could say that for like.
Well, then the last like 5 of the last 6, I mean, only actually all of the last 6 teams that played them beat them.
Yeah, right.
So last 7, if you count Buccaneers. So wow, have we ever seen somebody go 10-1 and then fucking fall off without any explanation?
Yeah, the 1986 Jets actually started the season 10-1 and sneaked into the playoffs and lost in the first round in a wild card. So yes, shit happens.
I was also gonna say, yeah, Plaxico Burress shot his dick off when we were like 10-1 or 11-1, and we shit the bed. So that was cool.
There's a reason though.
Yeah, that's true. That's a reason.
What happened? Like,
okay. Honestly, like, yeah, trying to like dissect Philly's downfall this year, but I mean, it was like Dames. I mean, I like I said, I say this every week. I hate giving you credit when you're right, but man, you fucking called it. Like they absolutely, like, they went 10-1 and then just completely fell apart. You were the only one maybe on the planet that saw that coming.
You know what? Before you give me too much credit, I did say they would win this game. Why? Why did I say that? I
don't know why you and Jeff had only lost.
Wanted to gamble.
Dude, I'll tell you why I picked them. Just the same reason I picked the Chiefs. All right, the Chiefs didn't look that good really coming into the playoffs, but we knew how they played the season before. So I'm like, I'll give them the benefit of the doubt. We'll give them one win against the Bucks. And since, I hate the Eagles, I can pick them, and when they lose, I don't give a fuck. So I love it. Baker Mayfield, somebody better talk about him because that guy is fucking balling out of his brain. He's not, he's out of the spotlight. He's kind of just hidden off in Tampa Bay. And he's playing some really good football. So,
it's funny you say that because last week he didn't play so good, and we were all like, he might be out. But you guys got to remember, they were $80 million deficit when he joined the team, and he joined on like a very, very team-friendly deal. So if they want to keep him, they're going to have to throw down some cashola because he did really have the best season of his life, and quite frankly, I would take him in Seattle.
Dude,
second.
I was just thinking that it's so funny how it's like it comes out like first round pick, he's the number 1 pick, everybody blah blah, and he even said it like he wasn't ready. And like we were just saying earlier in the show, he was a rookie, he's out of college, he gets there and they say, "Hey man, we love how cocky you are. Don't do that. Tone it down."
The worst franchise in football.
I was gonna say
3 different coaches under that team.
Yeah.
How many have you seen those fucking joke Browns jerseys where it's every quarterback that's played the last 20 years? And it's like 50 guys.
You gotta be like
they keep adding to it, even though they got Deshaun Dick.
Adding to it.
You gotta have a 5XL to fucking get them all.
They traded for Deshaun Watson and made the Texans one of the best teams in the league.
Well, I mean,
by taking Dick Touch guy.
Yeah, Dick Touch.
He's gonna be gone next year.
Come on, Cleveland. You're better than that, man. Like
Flacco's gone. They went through 3 quarterbacks in 2 years. And
Watson is not gone next year.
No, Watson's not gone. I'm just saying,
fully guaranteed. Fully guaranteed.
Well, I mean, he can retire and he just get all that.
They'll trade him. Somebody will
doesn't get that money if he retires.
He hasn't done shit since he was in Houston.
He doesn't get that money if he retires.
Sure.
Yeah.
We'll double check that. Anyway, at home, if you're playing along, NFHell Divisional Round, here we go. Last 4 games. Play along at home. Let us know who you're taking. Before we do that, though, my bad. Dames and I both went 4-2 last week. Missed a couple games. G-Man Jazz, like I said, only lost 1. Gobo, 500. But you know what? He doesn't give a shit because look what he's wearing. Like,
my team's
actually
still playing
in the fucking playoffs.
I could add a Super Bowl ring this year still, gentlemen.
Not gonna say it's not gonna happen. Not gonna say it is. We start off.
Hey, I'm undefeated this year, Gobes. So Good luck keeping that pace up. The only team in the NFC East undefeated in 2024.
True.
Yeah, the Jets are also one. Anyway, fuck that shit. Okay. Houston, Baltimore, play on at home. What are we taking here, boys? Who wants to go first? Who wants to chime in? I mean, this is a tough. I feel like this is a really tough game.
I hate to say it, this is probably going to be the best game of the week. Houston, yeah, they're fired up. They're young. They're talented. Stroud has a game like he had against like he had last week. It's gonna be a shootout, and I think Lamar has the stones to win a close game in the playoffs. I think that this is the Ravens' year. So I'm taking Baltimore in this game. I'm saying like 27-24. Just a great game. Last second field goal, maybe in overtime, maybe like a one costly turnover is the difference in the game. But I mean, Texans go home with their heads held high after this one.
Right, and I'm gonna say I'm also gonna pick Baltimore just because I feel like they're playing so well. Again, anything can happen. It's the playoffs. But I feel like Houston and I remember back in the day when Dames, we went and watched some Seattle games when Russell Wilson first started playing. And that first year, they won the first game. Their second game, they were beating Atlanta, and they ended up losing or whatever. And we were all like, "What the?" But it was almost like that kind of prepared them because then the next year, they won it. I mean, and I feel like Houston's you know, if they can win this game, yes, they probably won't. But if they don't, I feel like it's just going to snowball into next year. As in, hey, rookie quarterback, rookie blah blah. We went to the playoffs. We won the division. Amazing year. I'm going to say Baltimore. I'm going to say they're going to win big. I'm going to say 38-20. Baltimore at home in the playoffs. I think they're ready to roll. This is their year. G-Men.
9-point favorites at home as of the time of this recording. CJ Stroud is a big game player, and I'm picking one upset this weekend, and this is it, guys. I love what they're doing. I love what they're focused. They're zoned in, and the Ravens have had that dreaded time off where, how do you really keep your extra super playoff laser focus zoned in that long without playing competitive football? And I think the Texans, need to get up early or, just what they did this week. Don't let anything get out of hand early. And then they're in the game and Stroud gets in a groove. That guy is making some amazing off platform fadeaway, just crazy stuff. And excited to watch this one. I think the Chiefs Bills is the best game of the weekend for entertainment, but this one's definitely going to be good. Texans 28, Ravens 27 in a thriller.
Danny Smarves.
81.7. That's the percentage chance that Baltimore has to win this game. 18.3% chance for the Texans. Here's what worries me, all right? These two quarterbacks are very similar in numbers this year. I think Lamar had one more touchdown, 2 more interceptions than Stroud, so they're like right there. I think the yardage went to Stroud just because Jackson's a little bit more mobile on his feet. They were electric to watch, was Baltimore. They're a cold weather team. I don't know how CJ Stroud's going to perform coming out of the dome or the weather down there in Houston. So
Big 10, bro.
Boy, yeah. I mean, there's that. Played a lot of games that way, but he's only one player on the team. The rest of the team has to factor in there too. How they handle the weather. Jess, I like your prediction here. I'm gonna go out on a limb and say that Houston is gonna make it to the championship game. I don't know yet if I like that or not, because I do want to see Baltimore play either Kansas City or Buffalo. I do want to see that game also. and I feel like we'd be getting robbed. But also, just looking at what this rookie's doing right now, I don't want it to end. So my fantasy is gonna say, even though I've been on Baltimore all year, I was gonna say Houston's gonna take this one. I'll say 19 to 17.
All right, 2v2. Gobo, are you flying out to this game?
No,
This weekend?
no. In San Francisco. Oh, that would be lovely. I do have some family up. I do have some family up in Northern California, but no. With the new baby here, it's not really in the cards financially. I'm pretty sure tickets to this thing are going to be a couple $1,000.
You do a GoFundMe quick. NFL GoFundMe. Get Gobo to the
Yeah, let's get Gobo to Santa Clara.
Get all four of us. Get all four of us.
Yeah, let's all fucking go. Why not?
Yeah, I mean, I'll go.
We'll get a beach house and we'll do ayahuasca. Anyways,
Ayahuasca.
What did I say?
Ayahuasca is what you said.
Ayahuasca. It's
Ayahuasca.
the new brand.
It's the
Why
new...
are we going to California for ayahuasca?
Ayahuasca. Anyways,
Anyway.
I'm picking San Francisco in this game. Obviously, because why wouldn't I? I'm obviously a superstitious guy. So here's why San Francisco should win the game. It's the same reason Dallas should have won the game. They're better at every position. Well, maybe not quarterback now, but they have a deadly receiving core. They have definitely in consideration for the MVP. I think Lamar probably sealed it. But Christian McCaffrey is the best running back, best offensive weapon in the game. San Francisco's got a great defense. They're at home. It's going to be a warm weather game. Just every advantage that Green Bay would possibly take is just going to be an advantage for San Francisco. Here's why the Packers are going to win, though.
So you're picking the Packers?
No, I'm picking San Francisco. 30-28. Who cares?
So here's how the Packers could win.
But here's how the Packers could win.
Okay.
Is that if you go back to 2010, when the economy was terrible, the Packers won the Super Bowl. The Packers won the Super Bowl by sneaking into the playoffs after edging out the Bears in the last season in the last game of the season. They beat 4 division champions in a row and beat the team that won their division in the NFC Championship. That script could happen beat for beat this year.
That would be nutty.
It'd be crazy, but that's what happened when we won the Super Bowl.
Simulation, bro.
Right.
Simulation.
Right, I'm with you, Gobo. I'm definitely going for the Packers. Go Pack, go! But as a picker of games, I am going to go with San Francisco. I feel like they're like Baltimore. They're the team to beat in the NFC. They're playing hot. They had a bye. It just gets them healthier. I think this team, maybe they had a little lull here and there. They lost 3 in a row at one point, but dang, give them an extra week of health. I think your defense is going to be in for a long game. Can your offense keep up? That's the question. So, if they can, we should be in for a good game. If not, I feel like San Francisco could run away with it. I'm going to say 28-20 San Fran. Dame Smarves.
2 words for you, gentlemen. Hash money. All right? Hash money. I'm telling you right, if I go to the fucking casino right now and Gobo gives me $500 and says roulette, red or black, I'm not worried about it. I'm going to pick red or black, not without a care in the world. If I'm going in there with my $500 and my mortgage money's on the line, I'm fucking scared to death. I'm like, I don't even know if I want to do this or not. And I just feel like right now, the wave is with the house money. Go Pack, go. 31-30 Packers in San Francisco. Sayonara, sucker.
That's a division opponent for them too, though.
Yeah. G-Man.
Funny thing about casinos, James, is they always win, and the old house money comes back to the casino, and the fucking Packers are handing it back with a loss and saying, all right, we were rolling. Now we ran into those fucking greens. So my roulette, black or red, it doesn't matter because we landed on 0, and that happens to be the 49ers with 100 fucking options. And I hope it's a shootout. I like to bet my super touchdown parlays come playoff time, and looking for a big game from everyone. So 35-42, 49ers win. Gobo. I really don't like the 49ers or the Packers. So, you win, cool. You don't, cool.
I don't see you're picking games with house money is what you're telling me.
Yeah.
If you don't like both the teams.
Picking games. Yeah. Like you both won a bunch of Super Bowls. So this year, I'm looking for the teams like the Lions or Texans to jump out and give us something we haven't seen before.
It will be heartbreaking when we beat Detroit in the NFC Championship.
It will be. Oh my God, that'd be crazy.
Yeah, division. Yeah, I mean,
on a last second Hail Mary, just like the one that Rodgers threw
at Detroit.
Was that Rodgers to Rodgers?
That was Rodgers, man. Yeah.
Wow.
Rodgers to Rodgers?
Rodgers to Rodgers. Yeah, Richard Rodgers caught it.
Detroit could have 3 straight home games by playing those guys. Oh my God, that'd be great.
All right, moving on to Sunday. Speaking of Detroit, we have Tampa Bay. Definitely a team that no one is really talking about coming to Detroit to get this win. Detroit's playing really well. Dames, we'll start with you on this one.
I just want to say, guys, what a slate of games for this weekend. This is truly. I mean, this last weekend was kind of boring. It was kind of boring. But I mean, this is legit football, guys. I love Baker Mayfield, what he's doing right now. I think he's going to have a good showing because, again, he's in a dome, controlled climate, which he's used to. I know, honestly, it's good for the viewing experience too. I love a good snow game, but I don't want to see these. I don't want to hear the sound of a brick when a kicker punts a ball. I don't enjoy 28-yard punts because of the weather. It just sucks to watch. I mean, unless it's very rare. But the thing is, the Lions just, I don't think they're going all the way, guys, but I feel like they got this one in their hands. I think their defense is a little bit better than what Philly showed. And did I not tell you that how fucking shitty that Bradbury guy was? Dude, how many times did you hear his name in that game?
Dude, 20? Eli Manning, literally, if you watch that Manning cast, the first thing he says was how terrible Bradbury is, and then Peyton's like, fucking, so basically, he didn't say that, but he's like, and then he's like, Bradbury. Like, you know, Eli hates that guy.
Dude can't cover, and then he couldn't even tackle in this game. Like, and we're talking like key moments. But anyway, that game's over. I just remembered that he was absolutely god awful in that game, and I told you guys he would be. Lions, I'm gonna say 34, like 21. I don't think it'll be that exciting of a game, but I think they'll be able to rest their guys in the fourth quarter, maybe. End of the fourth quarter. So, yeah, Lions.
Gobo.
Destiny, man. Like I said, I got to believe that it's going to be the same script from 2010. So I'm picking Detroit. I think that we're going to have a divisional showdown in the NFC Championship.
You're blowing my mind. I'm going to almost make you pick Green Bay.
I'm not picking them. No, we're going to lose.
You can't say that.
I'm going to say whatever the fuck I want. You let me on this show, Dames.
But you're making picks that are.
He's been saying it for 5 straight weeks, dude. Yeah. Our longest streak is he's been saying it. It's been weeks.
Fuck with my mojo, man. Anyways, okay, so even if there wasn't destiny on the line for me here, I would still pick the Lions in this game because the fucking Tampa Bay is a good team. Like, they've had moments where they've played really dominant this season. They've had moments where they've played really bad. And they beat the shit out of the Eagles last week, but the Eagles have been completely unraveling from an organizational standpoint. Like, they weren't playing for Hurts anymore. It almost seemed like the Eagles wanted to lose that game last week. This week, the Lions are not going to play them soft. The Lions are going to come out guns blazing. They're going to be flying around. They're going to be making big hits. And Tampa is going to fold like a Chinese motorcycle. 31-13. Detroit wins at home. Not a contest. The most boring game of the week is this one.
All right.
If you see that crowd again, though.
Here's the thing. I have been picking Tampa Bay for like the last, I think, 10 games. I'm a huge Bulls guy. I'm a huge Baker guy this year. And I'm going to tell you what's going to win this game for Tampa Bay, because that's who I'm taking to the upset, their defense. Because Detroit's defense can't cover. Baker is on fire. They got Evans, who's basically, once again, a monster. And this defense is flying around. Winfield is making plays. He basically propelled him into the playoffs. I don't know if you guys remember him chasing down that play. He was the gamer all game last game. His dad was, I believe, I don't know if he's a Hall of Famer or he was a Pro Bowler player. I just feel like this kid is, helping this defense rise to another level. Levante David still making plays after 30 years. And why not Tampa? Why not? No one's talking about number 1 pick Baker Mayfield. Like, we could say,
What about the drops by Evans?
Right.
Imagine how bad they beat Philly if he makes a couple of
and that's what I say. That ain't gonna happen 2 games in a row, right? That ain't gonna happen 2 games.
That was also a cold weather game, too. Drops happen in cold weather games. It won't be an issue in the dome.
Right. So there we go. Tampa Bay in a close one, 24-23. Sorry, Detroit. They kick a field goal to win it at the buzzer. G-Men.
You guys know I have a love affair with Detroit. This is going to be kind of the similar to Packers. Good run, good team. Next year the Packers will be even more dangerous. Bucks, on the other hand, I think they're getting a little long in the tooth, so maybe that's why they're playing real good here at the end, thinking, this is some of these old guys' last run. Maybe not. Doesn't matter, because they're in Detroit again. The crowd is it's like you get a little taste of it now. It's going to be even crazier than last week. So these guys are going to be out of their minds. And who's been playing better ball as the season has went on? Aiden Hutchinson. Sacks. Last game, the playoff game, it looked like he was shot out of a fucking cannon. Like, I don't even know how the quarterback got rid of the ball on one of those first plays of the game, but he's just a man amongst boys, and Baker Mayfield's going to have a long day, and it's going to be his little coming out party. And Lions 35-0 shock and destroy the Bucks.
All right. A crazy thing I did just read today. These are the most expensive average playoff ticket right now of all time. Right now, it's over $1,000, like $1,000 some dollars for one ticket. Right now, if you're, I was like, hey, I want to go to Detroit this weekend, get a ticket. The average price is $1,000. Insanity to me. But again, that's what 32 years of, or 33 years of not even being in the playoffs. Now you win. Now you're like,
I feel like you could be a Lions fan and save a nickel every day until since the last time they won a playoff game, and you could have one of those tickets.
Did you see that? Speaking of that, did you see?
Somebody do the math on that.
Do the fucking math on that.
Dude, down below, do some math. Viewers at home for us, help us out. Speaking of that, they did show a funny picture of cheerleaders for the Dallas Cowboys right now with cheerleaders that were cheerleaders when they won a Super Bowl. And it's like grandma and granddaughter. Like, it is insane, dude. It is so funny. Like, oh man, that reminds me of like Barry Sanders is literally like old and retired, like right. Alvin, like he's just chilling on the sideline, chilling,
old man, yeah.
Yeah, so that's just crazy. All right. Anyway, a really anticipated game. Feel like every year we get this in the playoffs. This year it's a little flip because it's in Buffalo, where the Chiefs go into Buffalo. And are the Chiefs underdogs in this game?
3-point underdogs.
Patrick Mahomes' first road game in the playoffs. Who would like to start this bad boy off? G-Man, go ahead.
I love this one, guys. And this is the point of the season where the next Kelsey walks out with a loss and retires with his brother to go out in the Hall of Fame together. Why the fuck wouldn't you? You've done it all. You're the best, one of the best of all time. You got your rings. You got the fucking woman. You got it all, bro. Win or lose, Kelsey's retiring after the season, but this is the Josh Allen redemption story. He gets a home game against Mahomes, and I think it was 2 years ago. I can't remember for sure, but they had that epic battle where it was like 42-42 into overtime, and then the Chiefs just went down and scored, and the Bills didn't get it, and we were all like, "What the fuck?" So now I believe that was what they changed the rule for. So Bills at home in another epic shootout. Give me some 42-45. Let's go.
Barn burner. Okay, I like your style. I'm gonna head out and go ahead and go next. And I'm gonna take the Chiefs. I'm taking the two road teams on Sunday. Patrick Mahomes has been in the AFC title game every single year of his career, I believe. That is last 5 or 6 years they've been to the title game.
Oh yeah, it's like 6 or 7 times.
Yep. So I feel like I'm gonna keep betting on Patrick Mahomes until he shows us, especially in the playoffs before the Super Bowl, that he can't get it done. Also, I'm a Jets fan, so fuck the Bills. Go Chiefs. And I'm gonna say they're actually gonna win big. And I'm gonna say they're gonna win 31-17 on the road in Buffalo, showing us why they are the champs. James.
Well, gentlemen, if you saved up 10 cents a day for the last 33 years, you would have enough to buy a single playoff ticket.
Let's go. I said a nickel, so I was happy.
$1,200.
Okay.
You could buy one ticket.
All right. Cool. Sweet.
All right. That said, Jess, I do like the story of first ever brothers going into the Hall of Fame together. But I don't think Travis's ego will let him hang it up after this season. I think he's going to give it one more go around. I would like to see him retire though, because after what I witnessed this year, I think you're right. The gas is out of the tank. He can then tour with Taylor, whatever, Let's talk about the game now. This game is, I'm highly looking forward to this game, you guys. They saved the best for last, matchup wise. You get to see Patty leave home and go play somewhere else where it's really fucking cold.
Yeah.
But the Bills Mafia, that was another electric. I mean, as cold as it was, I just loved watching the snow fly in the air every time they scored. Josh Allen running a 52-yard touchdown, like fucking, he was in beast mode, dude. Like, that was incredible to watch. Two of the top 10 quarterbacks, maybe top 5 yeah, they're definitely top 5 quarterbacks in the NFL going head to head. Finally in Buffalo, they're like, finally, we got these fuckers outside of Kansas City. What are we gonna do? So it's the Chiefs in January. What do I do? Dude, I told you guys, I'm on the Bills train. I think that they're above Baltimore now. I think they're just balling out. And yes, the game was a little bit closer than maybe it should have been against Pittsburgh, but whatever. It's playoff football, right? They still won. They won handily. I'm gonna pick them to win this game. I don't know a score. I don't know a score. I just think when the final buzzer rings, the Bills and the Bills Mafia will have more points than Kansas City, and I think that they go home.
Well, and when you were talking about Josh Allen going in beast mode, that's kind of a theme in the playoffs. He runs double what he does in the regular. Like, it's on the line, bro. It's on the line. You just run for the first down. Like, he has that ability to take over games, and that's how he approaches it in the playoffs. And as long as he doesn't make mistakes, they're hard to beat.
Well, that's the thing too. No mistakes in that game. That's rare because he is very Farvian in the way he takes care of the ball. He's gonna get it done, but a lot of times, I mean, he's putting the balls in places that they shouldn't be going. So
Right.
we'll see. We'll see.
I mean, didn't the Bills draft beast mode?
They did.
Yeah.
They drafted beast mode and then traded into Seattle.
They did. Worked out for Seattle for sure. So yeah, I'd like this game to be more exciting than I think it's going to be. I think that I don't think Travis Kelce retires after the game. I think that he will still kick around the league a few more years. But yeah, he has regressed. The Chiefs receiving core is a total liability. Isaiah Pacheco is fighting an injury. It doesn't matter how good Mahomes is if they've got nobody to throw it to. I think the Bills win this game handily. I don't think it's going to be a complete blowout. I think it's going to be like one of those like 29-12 games. Like Chiefs get like 4 field goals and it's just like the most boring game ever. Yeah, I want this to be good because Josh Allen, Patrick Mahomes, it's such an epic shootout. Two Hall of Fame quarterbacks, honestly. But yeah, Mahomes is going to look probably the worst he has ever looked in the postseason.
And I do want to add, I think it will be funny because every year, I feel like the end of the year, the last few years for the Bills has ended kind of the same, where it's Josh Allen and Stephon Diggs bitching each other at the sideline because he's not getting the ball. This Chiefs defense, look out, is a lot better than people think. And again, you got to remember, Reed and Mahomes, they're going to have a game plan against the Bills where they're going to keep it out of, the Mafia's hands. So I just feel like we're in for a good game, man. I'm like James. I can't wait to watch. This is probably the most exciting game of the weekend. So everybody out there, we know you're watching. Give us your predictions down below for this episode of NFHell. We will see you for the AFC and NFC title game next weekend. We'll see who the matchup is. I'm Midwest Jet. Thanks for tuning in to NFHell. Dames Marvs.
And I just want to say, I'm sorry that this is the way the show looks. My office is 20 degrees, so I'm going to edit it, and this is what you're going to see, and that's why. I'm sorry. Just pretend that the background's all there.
It's on fire. It's on fire. Gobo. Good luck this weekend, Pack.
Thanks, guys.
Good luck, Gobo. Playoff football. Gotta love it.
Fuck the Cowboys.